Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our show here at the Gulbenkian Theatre. And our dancers are going to be taking you on a journey around the world in 80 steps. But we're really excited, so on to the better things now, really excited for this performance this afternoon. And it's great, we've never been here before, so it's a whole new experience for us. And we're actually going to start off with our youngest children. So that's really unusual for us to start off with the little ones. So where are you, little clowns? Are you there? Oh, here they come. And this is their first ever acro performance. So they've only been doing acro for a very, very small amount of time. And they're going to show you just how clever they've become. So did you enjoy our little acrobats? Yeah, and they're learning, they're working so hard. It's so hard, all those little bridges and cartwheels when you're only this high, isn't it? Right, so you've had a little visit to our travelling circus. So we're now going to take you across the water to a different country. We're off to the States, and there's going to be a little bit of Hey Mickey. So are you ready, girls? Well, a little trip to the States, and now we're going to a completely different continent. So we've got our older girls now. Now, there doesn't seem to be very many of them, and the very reason for that is we've got a couple that, three actually, that have left the dance school and moved on to other things. But we've also got one young lady from this performance who is actually rehearsing today at the Marlow Theatre for a professional performance. So if any of you are going to watch the ballet with Matthew Bourne at the end of May, she will actually be in the opening number, and that's Harriet Hargreaves. So she auditioned and she was successful for that. And also she's currently preparing audition work for another opportunity, because we're part of the Marlow Dance Network, which is fantastic, and hopefully she might be in a series of performances in next September in 2019, but she's rehearsing and doing audition pieces for that already. So we have a small little set of our senior ballet students, and they're going to be performing for you Shadowland.
Shadowland, the leaves have fallen, the shadowed land, this was our home, the rivers dry, the ground has broken, so I must go. Now I must go, and where the journey may lead me, let your prayers be my guide. I cannot stay here, my family, but I'll remember my pride. I have no choice, I will find my way. Take this prayer, what lies ahead.
one of those young ladies is currently at Christchurch studying dance, and because of her commitments at university and the amount of dance that she's doing, she's decided that this is her last show. So where is Cherish? Here. So just so you can remember, a little picture for you. And thank you. She's been a great member of our dance school for so long. So I really appreciate it. And she's looking after a dressing room as well for us tonight, aren't you? So we wish you all the best for the future. Thank you very much. It's always great, isn't it, when you have students and they go on to do other things. And I can see down there, I can see Martin sitting there, yes. And his daughter Emma, and I'm sure Mum Teresa's out there somewhere, she's currently studying dance as well. So it's always fantastic when they've done dance here and then they move on and they do things, dance as a career is fantastic. And we certainly wish Emma and Cherish all the very best as they pursue their career. So it's great that we've been able to just, start them off on their little journey. Okay, we have another dance for you now, another ballet dance, and this is Only Time. And these are our grade 3 and 4 ballet students, and I've got a little challenge for you. So these shoes on the front of my T-shirt from our programme, somebody's feet from this dance, from this child in this dance, a teenager, I should say, can you spot whose feet they are? Okay? Yeah, she won't be making it easy for you. It won't be one Converse and one ballet shoe. But she's in this dance. So here we have Only Time. Are you ready, girls?
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows, only time. Who can say why your heart sighs as your love flies, only time. And who can say why your heart cries when your love lies, only Who can say when the roads meet that love might be in your heart? And who can say when the day sleeps if the night keeps all your heart? Night keeps all your
So, did you spot the feet? No? Well, I'll let you into a little secret. It was the young lady in the middle of the circle. These feet are Emily Stringer's feet. So there you go. So she's got famous feet now. I think she was a bit disappointed when we said, we actually need you to do something for the front of the programme. And then when we started taking a picture of her feet, I think she was a little bit upset. She thought maybe it might have been her face. But it's good to have famous feet when you're a ballet dancer, isn't it? Okay, we're going to move from our older ones now. And we're going to be taking the high waters again, taking the seas. We've got a few mischievous pirates. Now, they've been a bit of a problem. They keep doing the wrong thing. So I'm not sure what Captain Maisie is going to make of it tonight. But we'll see, as we're going to take a pirate's journey. It looks like she got them in control after all, didn't she? She sure did. Some good little actors there. So doing their ballet. So we're now going to change now. It's not ballet, it's not jazz, it's not acro. So we are now going to do some street dance. So a little bit of kung fu fighting. So a few little kicks, a few little punches. Now, you need to make sure that they're punching hard. Yeah? because they were doing it like this. And I said, no, you got to punch hard if you're doing kung fu fighting. So let me know afterwards if you were scared of some of their fighting. Could you do that for me? Yes? You're very quiet out there. Could you do that for me? Oh, I thought you'd all gone to sleep already. It's only Saturday afternoon. Right, so now we're going to have our street dance class with kung fu fighting.
Y'all ready? Yeah. Let's go! Now here it is, one to make you move. Something with a funky kung fu groove. Something that'll make you shout, make you play to the crowd, and make you want to turn it out. So honeys, gather round, right round. I'll pick you up, take you on, go pound for pound. 'Cause I'm the only man who'll please ya. I got a little something that'll teach ya. So throw those hands up high, shake your body, move from side to side. 'Cause we just begun, party people in the place, yeah, we're having fun. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a big star. I'm gonna lay it on and go woo-ha. 'Cause when the mood gets excited, when everybody's kung fu fighting, come on. Woo-ha. Woo-cha. Sing it, girl.
Sexy kung fu fighter, let me take you higher.
I got the moves, baby.
Sing kung fu fighter, take you higher.
There's bright lights, already know code flow. A kung fu fighter in a disco. He's out to take his chance. He knows the honey's in the house, only go for romance. He's got a white suit on, 1:05 and the night has just begun. 'Cause when he lays it on with style, a ladies' man with a nice smile. And right before his eyes, sees a pretty young thing looking real fly. He wants to make the score, so he takes a hand and leads her to the dance floor. He's giving her line after line. She tells him that he looks real fine, 'cause he's the man, perfect timing. Just like when he's kung fu fighting. Come on! Woo-ha. Woo-cha. Sing it, girl.
Sexy kung fu fighter, let me take you higher.
Kung fu fighters everywhere. Throw those hands in the air. The time has come to turn it out. Everybody, let me hear you shout. 1, 2, do the kung fu. 1, 2, do the kung fu. Say 3, 4 on the dance floor. 3, 4 on the dance floor. 1, 2, do the kung fu. 1, 2, do the kung fu. Say 3, 4 on the dance floor. 3, 4 on the dance floor.
Hold on a minute, Honor. Was that an extra little thing you were doing there? What, are you going to do another one of those little poses for us? You drive. Do you want to see another pose from Honor? Right, come here then, Honor. Go on then. Oh, yeah. I think she quite enjoyed that. She's a great girl, Honor is. Okay, we're going to come from our street dance and we're now going to go back to acro. So we do have 2 classes of acro. We have one on a Saturday morning, which Rachel teaches, the little ones that started our show off today. And now we have our older ones. Some of them are not actually that old, but they're going to be shaking the room. So you're going to see a few little handsprings and a round off and all of those sort of things and aerials. So be prepared to be amazed. Shake the room.
I got me a big old megaphone, telling the whole world to get up and get down. Forget the radio, I got my gramophone, so bring your Marvin, Aretha, and James Brown. I got the beat that make you sick with the kicks now. I got the beat that make you wanna shake your tail feather. Let's take it back, old school hip hop. Come You can never stop this old school party crazy. So lady, shake it, tell fella, shake it night and day. When I say boom, boom, then you shake it loud.
And in the world of dance or performing arts, having that extra little bit to give, if you do decide you want to go on and perform as an adult and go to college, it's so important. So doing acro is a real good thing to take part in. Because if you can go to an audition or go somewhere and you just like can do an aerial, do some handsprings or whatever, it's something that's really, really, sought after in some of the dance colleges. So it's a good one to do. So we're going to go from our older ones to our little ones. Okay, now there's quite a lot of them, but do you know how quiet they've been? You would not believe that there are about 30 little Mises back there, would you? All with their tap shoes on. You wouldn't... Oh, here they are. Hello. Oh, they're even remembering where to go. How about that? Now, we're going to give you a little quiz, aren't we, girls? So we're going to say, do you know the words to the song? Okay, so, I saw a mouse. Oh, girls, is that good enough? It's not, is it? Should we try them again? Ready? I saw a mouse. There on the... Where on the... Right. Were they good enough? Do you reckon they were good enough? No, Ziena's saying they're not. Oh, well, girls, you're just going to have to show them, aren't you, how it's done. Yes? Are you ready?
A mouse lived in a windmill in old Amsterdam. A windmill with a mouse in, and he wasn't grousing. He sang every morning, how lucky I am. Living in a windmill in old Amsterdam. I saw a mouse, where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clippity-clop on the stair. Oh yeah. This mouse, he got lonesome, he took him a wife. A windmill with mice in, it's hardly surprising. She sang every morning, how lucky I am. Living in the windmill in old Amsterdam. I saw a mouse, where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clippity-clop on the stair. Oh yeah. First they had triplets and then they had twins. A windmill with twins in, triplets and twins in. They sang every morning how lucky we are. Living in a windmill in Amsterdam, yeah. I saw a mouse, where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip-clip-clip-clop on the stair. Oh yeah. The daughters got married and so did the sons. The windmill had christenings when no one was listening. They all sang in chorus, how lucky we am. Living in a windmill in old Amsterdam. I saw a mouse, where? There on the stair. Where on the stair? Right there. A little mouse with clogs on. Well, I declare, going clip-clippity-clop on the stair. Oh yeah. A mouse lived in a windmill so snug and so nice. There's nobody there now but a whole lot of mice.
Who's there? Your mum. Do you want to say hello to her?
Hello.
You know, normally if you're some places you can't see anybody at all, but we do have the privilege of just about seeing the front 3 rows or so today. So some shows the lights are really bright and you can't see, but we call this dancing in the round almost, like a mini Albert Hall, isn't it really? Well, kind of thing. Right, so we now come to our final number in the first half, and I'm sure that how many of you know the dance cups or with the cups? Has anyone been teaching you? No? Perfect pitch? No? Ah, well, right, okay. So the girls are going to show you just how to do it. So I do hope by the time you've finished that you're going to know exactly how to do the little cup routine. What do you reckon, girls? Yeah? Oh, they're not very sure.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story, like Romeo and Juliet. 'Twas written in the stars before they even met, that love and fate and a touch of stupidity would rob them of the hope of living happily. The endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why they didn't just change their story. We're told we have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. Cinderella in the cellar didn't
got a fairy to fix it. Sometimes you have to make a little bit of mischief. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. In the slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt, the seed of a war in the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with a flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day starts with a tick of a clock. All escapes start with a click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout. 'Cause if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Of course, that was our CJ's Tiny Performers, and just a few weeks' time, we'll be taking them, along with the older ones, up to Alton Towers, where they will be performing in the big hotel up there. So we're all looking forward to that. That's really exciting. So who's going? Oh, I won't be quite on my own then. Okay, we're now going to move to our older ones again, and this class is our aspiring professionals, and it's taught by Carrie, who is helping in dressing room 1. She's helping with a rather large tummy because she's got a baby due in September, but she will be coming back, so don't worry, she will be off to have her little one, but then she will be coming back after that. So this is their Havana, our aspiring professionals.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na. Oh, but my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, ooh, na, na. He didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't wait. I do it forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Tyler says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like, ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I loved him. Got me feeling like, ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, but my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Havana, ooh, na, na. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back.
And of course, one of our older young ladies that's now no longer with us, some of you will remember, Emily, that's one of my right hand, if you like, Rachel, that helps me and helps run CJ's. Her daughter, Emily, has been training at LIPA for the last year, and she's been on a foundation course. So I'm really delighted. I don't think she's made it public anywhere else, but she has just been granted a place for the degree course at the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts for next year. Out of 2,000 applicants, there were only 27 people from England, 5 are chosen from abroad that got a place, and she was one of the ones that got a place. So we're absolutely delighted. So I'm sure her aim is, or her passion is to go and dance on the West End. So in a few years' time, 3 years' time, maybe that's where we're going to see her. And maybe one day we'll see you little guys on the West End. I bet mummies and daddies would like that. Yes? Because these are our second star to the right.
The second star to the right shines in the night for you, to tell you that the dreams you have really can come true. The second star to the right shines with a light so rare. And if it's Neverland you seek, its light will lead you there. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, so we'll know where you are, gleaming in the skies above. Lead us to the land we dream of. And when our journey is through, each time we say goodnight, we'll thank the little star that shines the second to the right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, so we'll know where you are, gleaming in the skies above. Lead us to the land we dream of. And when our journey is through, each time we say goodnight, we'll thank the little star that shines a second to the right. The second to the right.
Now, you might have thought that they're our youngest, but some of you will already know that just a few weeks ago in April we had another dance show because this place wasn't quite big enough to fit all of our pupils and parents in. So we had 200 in the audience at the Whitecliff Theatre in Dover, where we had our youngest children, and we had about 49 or so children dancing in that show on April the 15th. So these are, although they look really tiny, they're actually our next class up. And believe it or not, next Saturday, I think we've got something like about another 15 2 3-year-olds starting the school. So it's fantastic that we've got so many new little ones coming in, and hopefully that we can really inspire them and that they have a great time and take part in lots of performances. Right, so we now have our older ones again, and they're going to be performing for you Girls Like to Swing.
जगमगाती लड़कियां, ये झिलमिलाती लड़कियां, जिनके दीवाने तुम भी तो हो। हंसती गाती लड़कियां, ये खिलखिलाती लड़कियां, चाहती सब क्या है ये सुनो। इन सब के मन में क्या, इनकी धड़कन में क्या, सुनो जरा सपने क्या है, इन आँखों में दिल में है क्या अरमान। Girls like to swing. जरा आगे निकल के, नए रंगों में ढल के, अंदाज बदल के, मस्ती में है जीना, जीवन रस पीना, ये बात हुई ना, अब शर्माना नहीं। तुरुम 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 तुरुम। जश्न हो, गीतों की बरसात हो, गाए पल पल ये जिंदगी। पिघले पिघले तन बदन, खोया खोया सा हो ये मन, छाए छाए हो दिलकशी। हो थर थराहट सी, हो सनसनाहट सी, कि सांस सांस में खुलासा हो अजीब सा नशा। Girls like to swing.
Now, some of the girls in that dance today have been great helpers. So Paige and Emily and lots of them have just been helping all the younger ones and getting them all ready. And that's really great as they get older that they do that. But I would also like to say a huge thank you to our helpers that are behind the scenes, because all of you are able to sit and enjoy the show because we do have a lot of helpers looking after your children. And we do actually have an awful lot of helpers here today, and they're not going to even hear that I'm saying this because they're up in the cinema or they're up in one of the conference rooms up on the other floor that are actually from the church that I attend, have got no connection whatsoever with this dance school, but they are here supporting and looking after your children. So a huge thank you to them. And also, some of you will remember, or lots of you remember, Louise that used to teach for us. She is doing a fantastic job getting everybody lined up because she's so experienced, and it's wonderful that she's come back to help us. And we also have Amber, who was dancing with me almost when we first started, when CJ's first opened, and she comes back year after year to help. I think out of 21 shows, I'm not sure how many she was in, but every single one, other than one, she's either been here as a dancer or she's been here as a helper. So we really do appreciate help. And I want to thank all of you that are sitting right here today, this afternoon, that came and did hairs, plaited all the hairs. And also there's still people backstage that were here this morning and still here right now. So I know they can't all hear, but I'd like you to just give a huge round of applause to all those people. Thank you. The show would be totally impossible if we didn't have helpers. Totally. I couldn't stand here and not know that all your children were being looked after 100%. And that is so important, and I just really appreciate that. Okay, we're now going to go on with Lyrical, and they're going to show you how far I'll go.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know, where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. There's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea, it's blinding, but no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know what's beyond that line. Will I cross that line? The line where the sky hits the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
And for lots of children in that number, it was actually their first show. So there was a few little, I'm a little bit nervous, but they all did amazing, didn't they? And the thing is, once you get out here, that's when it's great, isn't it? Yeah, when all the parents are sitting here and all the lights are on, and then all the nerves just melt away. Okay, we're going to go from this size, we're going to go back down to our little ones. So for some dancers, some of our little ones, this is their fourth dance. So it's a bit of frantic changing super quickly, and they've all been amazing. So now they're going to take us to Hawaii, and we're going to be doing the tiki room. Are you ready, girls? Do you want to come and take your place?
All the birds sing words and the flowers croon in the tiki room. Welcome to our tropical hideaway, you lucky people, you. If we weren't in the show starting right away, we'd be in the audience too.
Oh, look at all the people.
In the ticky room, in the ticky room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the ticky room, in the ticky room, in the ticky room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the ticky room. Paradise is an elegant bird. It likes to be seen and it loves to be heard. Most little birdies will fly away, but the tiki room birds are here every day. In the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the tiki room, in the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the tiki room. We're singing in the tiki room. Crooning in the tiki room. We're singing in the tiki room. Crooning in the tiki room. The show is delightful, we hope you'll agree. We hope that it fills you with pleasure and glee. Because if we don't make you feel like that, we're gonna wind up on a lady's hat. In the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the tiki room, in the tiki room, in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the tiki room. We're singing in the tiki room. Crooning in the tiki room. We're singing in the tiki room. Crooning in the tiki room.
You made her a little bit nervous. That was not very nice of them, was it? But anyway, what she's decided is that you need to learn the dance. Is that okay? Right, so we're going to have the music on again, aren't we? Yeah? Right, so we need everybody in the audience to get their hands ready. You need to do it because I kind of only got one arm. Ready? Ready? Let's go. Like this.
The
And then
birds
this way.
sing words and the flowers
Right,
croon.
everyone
In the tiki room.
And give us a turn. And what else do you do? Do a little shake? Come on, everyone. Are they doing good enough? Oh, there's a little bit of style going on over there. Oh, very good. And then give them a wave. Oh, well done. See, now you've been the star in row. Take a little bow. Well done. There, you can go and find the rest of your mates over there now. I shouldn't have said about them being nervous, should I? That was my fault. Okay, we now come to our last dance before the finale. And this is one of our musical theatre pieces. So our CJ's performers we're doing more musical theatre than just pure dance because that's so important in the dance industry. So I believe we've got some props to come on. So are you ready, Annie? Take it away.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get tricked. Static kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life.
we come to the end of our show. Doesn't it go so quickly? All that rehearsing and practicing. But before we come to our finale number, that dance is all about an orphan Annie, living in a children's home and imagining just what it would be like to have parents. And that's kind of a really hard concept for most of our children to really, really understand. But we do have a connection with a place where they don't have a mum and dad and where they do live in an orphanage. And that's out in Burma, Myanmar. And our dance school is really connected with Myanmar. And Rachel and myself have been out there 7 times. This will be our 8th time when we go in October. And you guys and some of the past pupils and some of the younger ones that did the other show, between you, have raised, it's coming up to now about £11,000 for that orphanage, which is a lot of money. And it's enabled us to do so many things when we've been out there. So we've bought transformers so they can have electricity at different times of day when they only used to have it for 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. We've also paid for improvements to their pathway into their children's home where it used to get so muddy that they couldn't get a vehicle up to the building whatsoever. We've paid for a whole set of bikes for them to use in the grounds. And this year we've got something really, really exciting that we're doing. So Rachel and I are the project coordinators for the home that is linked with a charity in England, children's charity called Stand By Me, and Action Overseas, which is the mission department of the church that myself and Rachel go to. And this year, we are actually going out there with a team of 12 people from all over the UK, and we're going to be doing a DIY SOS. And that's to redecorate the children's homes, because they're brilliant homes in comparison to what they have in the rest of the country. But obviously, they've been open since 2010. And I'm sure you can imagine just what it's like with 50 children all living in the homes. They do get a little bit battered. And so we really want to give them new bedrooms. We want to paint them. We want to give them new duvets and just make it really special for them. Because one little boy took my hand last time I was out there, and he held my hand, and he said he couldn't speak English, but he kind of tugged on my hand, and he pulled me to the steps and pulled me up the steps. And when we got to the top, it was his little dormitory, and he pointed to his bed, and it brings tears to my eyes now, but he pointed to his bed, and then he pointed to himself, like, that is mine. And for a little boy of 8 years old, that his bed was the only thing that he owned. You know, it really puts what we have into perspective, doesn't it? Because we have so much. Our children are so blessed. But the home where we go, we have the privilege to take so many things out there, to do so much with them. And you, as a dance school, have been incredibly supportive, raising all that money and giving Rachel and myself the privilege of going out there, giving them things. And if you would like to be involved this year, we are, as a dance school, hoping to take out 50 sets of pyjamas for the children. So to go with their new bedding, they will also have new pyjamas, which they don't get very often, but also to have a fun weekend and do lots and lots of things. So there'll be opportunities for you to collect a little piggy and put money in the piggy money box, and if you would like to. And there will also be an opportunity for you to buy a set of pyjamas for one of the little girls or boys. And if you'd like to do that, over the next coming couple of months, we can give you the details. So, but I just think that Annie song is just so, it just says it all, doesn't it? You know, what is it like? And we were trying to teach the children, what do you think it's like not to really have a mum and dad? It's a hard thing. So, yes, if you want to help us, that would be great. But let's get on with the finale. You've had enough of me talking now, haven't you? Because now we are going to do the best film of the year, of course, which is, do you agree with me? The Greatest Showman? Yeah? Right, so what we would really like is a little bit of audience participation here. So if the girls and boys are raising their arm, you could join in. Yeah? If they're clapping, you could join in. And do join in with the words. That would be fantastic. So huge thank you to all of you for being part of our show, for coming and seeing us today. the greatest show. Take it away.
Searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your breath, and all was real. Don't fight it, it's coming from your own nature. It's in this moment, don't care what can do. Y'all feel your dream, can't you see? Getting closer, just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go? We're carrying on the colored lines. Where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true. It's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down.
Wow, guys. And we hope you enjoyed our show. Yes? Oh, they always embarrass me, don't they?
Carol and Rachel, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Where's Rachel?
Come on, Rachel. Can't hide. Thank you for everything that you do. The time you give up, the messages you send out, and all the preparations taken to ensure the shows run smoothly. To all those backstage helping, and the whole dance school gaining life experiences we never would have had without CJs. We wanted to thank you for everything that you've done. So we had a little trouble getting the flowers, but here are some for you. Thanks for all you do from all of us at CJs.
Thank you very much. And you know, it's a privilege for us to teach you. Yeah, it's a privilege, and to see you all having a great time. And we can't really see much from the side, but there is a little TV up in there, so we can see a little bit of what's going on. So we hope you had a wonderful time and you enjoyed the show. Did you enjoy the show? Yeah. Right, should we ask the parents, did you enjoy the show? Oh, there you go.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na. Oh, but my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, ooh, na, na. He didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't wait. I'm doing forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Papa says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I loved him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na. Oh, but my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Havana, ooh, na na. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back.